I'm often asked, why do I focus so much on these ponies? Well, to put simply, is because these ponies have gone on too long without being checked, without being disciplined. And because of that, they are arrogant, they lie, and they really expose themselves as hypocrites. So what I do is expose them, I discipline them because they are wild and they need to be kept in check. For example, look at this.
It has now been a couple months since the PlayStation 5 Pro initially came out, and ever since that November 7th release date, I bought one day one, and that $700 price tag was not cheap. This was a very substantial gadget price tag. It's probably one of the most expensive pieces of tech I've ever bought. And
hold up, wait a minute, let me just slap you with some truth in it. Dreamcast guy, you did not spend $700 for your PlayStation 5 Pro. According to you, you spent $800, remember?
Now this thing, including the cost of the disk drive that you have to buy separately, this cost me $800, but
Gotcha.
let's talk about this and talk about the goods and the bads, because I still feel like for the price tag, it is just such a big chunk of change.
Wait. Is that another lie, Dreamcast guy? You are saying that this was a big chunk of change? Dreamcast guy, you didn't have to spend a big chunk of change for your PlayStation 5 Pro because you sold your girlfriend your old, used and abused PlayStation 5. Remember that, Dreamcast guy?
I am having a PlayStation 5 Pro delivered today. Big gigantic thank you to my girlfriend. She bought my PlayStation 5 off me for $500, so I only had to pay $200 for a PlayStation 5 Pro. So
Repent, and thou shalt be saved.
thank you, baby. You're a queen. She's never really played PlayStation 5 ever in her life. She's never played any PlayStation, so she's going to buy my PlayStation 5. I'm getting the Pro so we can play Baldur's Gate 3 and stuff together. But man.
How slimy could these ponies get? How slimy? They lie, they cheat. I mean, most boyfriends or husbands would buy something for their wife or their girlfriend, like a PlayStation 5. But no, not these ponies. These ponies are charging them premium prices for an old, used and abused PlayStation. Wow. This is why I do what I do. I do what I do because they need to be disciplined. On another note, we have some ponies, they are so worried, they are so afraid of the possibility of the new Xbox playing PlayStation 5 games. So much so that they are even discrediting their own pony leakers, their own pony, insiders by what they are saying. Listen to this.
There was a rumor today that I saw on the Gaming Leaks Rumor subreddit, and I'm not naming this person because I keep seeing this person pop up and I'm like, bro, I don't understand why people keep citing this individual. Like, they're not a proven source, but I guess people are just desperate for answers.
I mean, if MBG don't want to say who it is, I would say who it is. The name of this PlayStation fan is this Detective Seed. Yes, Detective Seed. And he has a track record of accurately foretelling when PlayStation State of Play is happening. He would have said, a couple of weeks ago when Microsoft was going to release, advertising for PlayStation 5 for Indiana Jones. So far, based on what we are seeing, this guy has over 80% accuracy rate when it comes to foretelling things pertaining to PlayStation. So when MDG is trying to discredit his own PlayStation YouTuber because it does not fit his narrative, it really goes to show how pathetic he is when it comes to accepting reality. The reality is there is a high possibility that these games or Microsoft new console will be able to play these wonderful coveted PlayStation 5 games. You don't want to accept it, but you have no choice.
And they were like claiming that Sony apparently has no intention of like removing their games from PC or whatever, even if Xbox comes out with a piece of hardware that offers Steam. And I just don't understand why stuff like this is proliferating, because it's like when I read that, I was like, oh, this has to be like Jason Schreier or somebody significant, like digging into this and looking into it. And it's like a person that, as far as I'm aware, is like never been credited with anything. And so I do wonder if we're going to start seeing some more reputable insiders or journalists maybe doing some digging, trying to find out, like, internally, like maybe what Sony's discussions are.
Just face it, Pony, this thing is looking like it is happening and you just can't handle it. You can't handle the truth, and that's on you. Today, however, let's expose again the hypocrisy of the PlayStation community. You see, some months ago, they would have said that Indiana Jones was, a bad decision by Microsoft to even get that franchise on the Xbox Series console. They should have taken something as big as Spider-Man, they said. They also said that, this game being in first-person mode is absolutely horrible, a horrible decision to make this game, playable in first person only. Well, it just so happened that these ponies are so excited for Indiana Jones coming to the PlayStation 5. Let's expose these ponies and show how these guys are really, really hypocrites.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. So guys, we are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. So if this type of content interests you, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. You can also share it out. Now, of course, you get great Xbox news, and we specialize in the PlayStation Salt. As you could clearly see, this is what we do. So if this type of content interests you, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. Now let's get back to the program. First up, let's have some breaking news. So Microsoft is experimenting with a new UI for the Xbox Series console, or the Xbox interface. Let me know what you think about this new way you will be interfacing with your games. Look at this.
Microsoft has started testing a new Game Hubs feature for the Xbox dashboard. Now, what this basically means is when you launch a game from the home screen, you'll see this new interface, which is the Game Hubs feature. Now, this shows you, a bunch of stats about how long you've played a game, your gamer score, the achievements, and your captures and stuff. But it also does mean that there's a giant play button, so you're going to have to press A twice when you kind of launch a game from the dashboard to then actually fully launch it. Now, this Game Hubs feature also includes the ability to manage the game, so you can obviously uninstall it or download additional add-ons, etc. You can go to the official club from here. You can show it in the store, I guess, if you want to see the price of it. You can add it to your backlog, your play later list. You can share it with friends, and there's obviously some more additional game details as well. So if you wanted to see if it's multiplayer, for example, instead of single player. Now, this Game Hubs interface does appear in several locations in the dashboard. So in the main games sort of hub, I guess, of all your games installed, it will appear here as well every time you try and launch a game. Now, on Apex, you can also see available add-ons, so there's a chance for game developers to obviously sell you content through this Game Hub interface as well. But yeah, it will appear every time you try and launch or even install a game in various parts of the dashboard. And yes, it does appear in your pinned list as well, so if you go in here, it will appear. Now, where it doesn't actually appear is on the sort of guide button here, where you have your sort of recently used games. It won't actually trigger the Game Hubs interface there.
So big up to Tom Warren for helping us to see what is in store in the future for the Microsoft UI. So let me hear what you thought about the Microsoft UI. Is it looking cool? Is it good ideas that Microsoft is having? Let me know in the comment sections below. Now let's talk about Indie. You see, when Indie was announced and then released on the Xbox platform and to PC, it reviewed well. This game looked phenomenal. It ran well, 60 FPS, ray tracing, all of that. It even won Game of the Year from many outlets. So to say that Xbox fans was eating good on Game Pass would be an understatement. I mean, we were enjoying Indiana Jones. yes, old and young was enjoying Indiana Jones. For the young ones, they never really experienced Indiana Jones, so this was a first time for them. And for the older ones, they were taken aback to their childhood to, experience Indiana Jones. But soon, the horses came. The horses thought we was having too much fun. And look at these horses coming in here to just mess up this thing that we had going here. Well, the PlayStation community was constantly saying that, wow, we have one of Xbox's first party games. But this is to be expected. These ponies would say what they need to say in order to fit their narrative, regardless of the evidence that AAA games today is costing a lot of money to make. So in order for, the devs to recoup the money, they need to have a different strategy. Microsoft is deciding to bring these games to other platforms in order to recoup some of the money that was lost when it comes to making these games. And it's not only me saying that. Listen to PlayStation past executive Sean Layden say the same exact thing. Listen.
PS1 and PS2, those generations, at any given time, I think internally we're developing 20 to 25 games across the world. And now you fast forward 20 years from that moment, and you're developing 4 games a year, if that. And at any one given time, at that arbitrary date in June, would something be ready to demo? You just never know if that's going to work out for you.
Do you feel like that change is a good thing? The fact that AAA is like so few games, the budgets have ballooned so much. How do you feel about that drastic shift in various ways?
Destin, you know how I feel about that.
No. Well, I got to get it on audio so that the audience knows.
I'm definitely concerned about it.
Yeah.
I think it's an existential threat to gaming, that we see these ballooning budgets for AAA games. We find that, as the budget goes up, the risk tolerance goes to zero pretty fast. Mm-hmm. And while everyone can point to, but what about this, Sean? That's a great success. That's a great success. Yeah, well, let me show you the buckets of not great successes, because it's huge. Yeah. And we have to, don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on the failures of the past, but definitely try to take a lesson from it. And how did you get there? And why did you do that? And how do you not do that again? And I think we're kind of trapped up against that. We either need to find a way to dial down the costs or just attack a whole new market again. What is the AA market? How does that come back to life?
So here we have Sean Layden admitting, you ponies, that AAA games takes a lot of money to make. So by Microsoft bringing Indiana Jones to other platforms, bringing it to the PlayStation 5, they are not here for no friends.
I'm not looking for friends in this thing, people. I'm not looking for friends. I'm looking for money.
As you should, Microsoft, as you should. It's important to note that everyone is saying that Microsoft is basically robbing themselves for giving us games on Game Pass. But it's good to understand that here, at least Microsoft is treating their consumers well, while these ponies have to pay full price. Yes, 70 after 70 after 70 to offset whatever costs Microsoft would have spent to make these games. This is a wonderful, wonderful feeling. Microsoft will soon tell these ponies
the economy is doing wonderfully.
Now look at this hypocrite J-Dub. Look at this smooth oil salesman J-Dub. Look at what he's saying. Oh wow, Indiana Jones and Forza Horizon 5 launching on PlayStation 5 Pro in April. Holy cow, thank you Phil Spencer. Bringing games to where we are was a great idea. Now all of a sudden J-Dub is saying, wow, bringing these games to PlayStation is a great idea. But before, you all remember what J-Dub was saying about Indiana Jones? Look at this. In October of 2024, J-Dub said, man, Indiana Jones is looking like a typical Xbox Studio Games dud. Man, they just don't know how to make a good game. I'm worried for Xbox Game Studios going forward. So this guy, J-Dub, how anyone could take this guy serious? How anyone could even follow him when he himself would have been saying that Indiana Jones is looking so bad as a game, but now he's excited for these games to come to PlayStation? This is to show you the hypocrisy. But I will continue to expose these ponies because they are not only liars, they rob their girlfriend and they attack people like ravagous wolves. These ponies need to be disciplined, and that is why I am here to discipline, expose these ponies and jabronis. So let me hear what you thought about the video today. Let me hear what you thought about Indiana Jones coming to PlayStation and how Microsoft is making bank with this game but giving their fans it for free. I know ponies are hated when I say for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.